In the wide, open fields of Hilltop Ranch, Jake worked from sunup to sundown. He was a young farmer with a big heart, but a growing list of challenges. One of his biggest tasks that summer was repairing an old, rickety fence that had been standing on his property for years. It was the kind of fence that had seen better days: broken posts, sagging wires, and sections that barely kept the cattle from wandering. Jake had inherited the farm from his grandfather, and while he loved the land, there were times he felt overwhelmed by the responsibilities. With so much to do, fixing the fence always seemed like the last thing on his mind. Every time he looked at it, Jake felt a sense of dread. How could he ever get it done? One afternoon, Jake was sitting under the old oak tree, looking out over the field when his neighbor, old Ruth, came walking over. Ruth was a farmer too, and although she was in her 70s, she was still as sharp as a tack and had the work ethic of a young man.
Jake, I see you're looking at that fence again. What's going on, son?
I've got so much to do, Ruth. That fence is falling apart, and every time I think about fixing it, I just feel like it's too much. I don't even know where to start.
Ruth sat beside him, offering her usual wise counsel.
Jake, I've been there. The task seems impossible when you focus on the whole thing. But the trick is in how you approach it. Instead of thinking, I can't, you need to whisper to yourself, I can. It's all about the mindset. Break it down into small steps and just get started. One post at a time, one wire at a time.
But Ruth, I don't think I have the time or energy to get it all done. It's just too big.
Jake, every project seems big until you start. You'll be surprised how much you can get done if you just focus on the small parts. And remember, it's not about what you think you can't do. It's about what you know you can do. You've already got the strength and the skills. Now you need the belief.
The next morning, Jake woke up with Ruth's words echoing in his mind. I can, he whispered to himself as he grabbed his tools. He started by repairing one post, then he moved to the next. He worked steadily throughout the day, taking small breaks but never stopping for too long. Each time he faced a challenge, like a stubborn nail or a crooked post, he whispered again, I can. By the end of the week, Jake had fixed the entire fence. It wasn't perfect, but it was sturdy, and it would keep the cattle in place for years to come. As he stood back to admire his work, a sense of pride washed over him. He had done it. That evening, Ruth stopped by to check on him.
Well, Jake, how did it go?
You were right, Ruth. I just kept whispering, I can. And I got it done. It wasn't easy, but I did it.
Ruth's eyes twinkled with pride.
I knew you would. It's amazing what you can do when you change the way you look at things. The task doesn't get easier, but your ability to tackle it grows. Remember that, Jake. Whisper I can every time you face something tough, and you'll find yourself accomplishing things you never thought possible.
The moral of this story is, the difference between success and failure often lies in how we approach a task. When you face challenges, shift your mindset from I can't to I can. Even the biggest, most overwhelming tasks can be broken down into manageable steps, and with the right attitude, you'll find yourself accomplishing more than you ever thought possible. It's not the size of the task that matters. It's the strength of your resolve and the belief that you can do it. Whisper I can and let it guide you through even the toughest moments. In conclusion, Brokenwood Mystic Farms symbolizes the enduring connection between humanity and the land, a tribute to the beauty of nature and the importance of honoring traditions in a changing world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You won't want to miss our short story adventures. If you have any questions, requests, or just want to say hello, feel free to contact us at info@brokenwoodmysticfarms.com or in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and have a fantastic day, my friends.